You don't need a six pack to be attractive. You don't need a BBL. You don't need to reconstruct your whole body, your whole face, and everything to be attractive. But if you've given up on yourself, if you look like you've given up on yourself, people can feel that, people can see that. It's just a certain energy that comes with it. And you got to have a certain self respect that you don't give up on yourself, that you don't lack this certain care for yourself because it shines outwardly from the inside. So when you think about you, don't think about nobody else. Think about what it feels like when you're on your worst of worst. Me personally, when I'm on my worst of worst, when I'm down in the dumps, I feel less inclined to take care of myself. I feel less inclined to do my skincare. I feel less inclined to hit the gym, to eat right. Because negative things attract negative things and it keeps attracting negative things. Sales within sales within sales within sales. If you start doing one thing bad, you'll start doing another thing bad and another thing bad and another thing bad because these things influence each other. So on the other end of the spectrum, when you're doing something positive, that positivity attracts more positivity. And that positivity attracts more positivity. So if you're taking care of yourself, if you're doing more things for yourself, you become more attractive because it's not all about looks. It's not all about this. It's about effort. When somebody can see that you take pride in yourself and how you appear and how you look and the health that goes behind the look, people take a liking to that. I was in a casino the other day. I don't gamble. I likes to eat. And it was my first time going to the casino ever because I'm old enough to go by myself. And I was with a friend, and he just had on a t-shirt and some jeans. I had on a silk shirt, some corduroy bell bottoms, and some python boots. And this man was like, "I like that. I like that young man." And my friend was like, "Yeah, bro, he dressed like this every day." And he said, "Well, I'm glad to see that because some people take pride in their appearance, and it's very rare." And when I looked around, I was like, "Damn." It was so many people in the casino. And the casino is not a prestigious place, but it is kind of nice. It was so many people with like cut off shirts and cargos, flip flops, no socks, which is cool. To each his own. And maybe that's pride in their appearance. It don't have to look the same. But he had that on. He was like, "You see me? I don't take no pride in this. I just come how I come, and. But I appreciate seeing a young man like you, and taking pride in yourself. And it's a good look. You know what I'm saying? It say a lot about you. And it just made me feel good, man. But I like to look good because it makes me feel good. It makes me do better, and I feel like it tells what type of energy you have within you. I went to a bar the other night to support a friend. He was playing live music, and I had no intention to play, but I always keep my instruments and everything. And I walked in with my outfit on, and ladies and men, older ladies and men, they was like, "Oh my gosh, are you coming to sing for us? Are you coming to play?" And I was like, "No, I'm saying, I'm coming to support Mr. Rich." And it was like, "But the look you have, like you have to be performing, you have to sing or do something for us." And I was like, "How do y'all even know that?" But it's the energy behind what you do, how you do it. And I ended up performing that night and had a great time. But people will hear these things and they'll jump to the excuses. Well, how do I start? Well, how do I start taking care of myself? How do I start putting pride in my appearance and pride in who I am? And it's like, that's just an excuse and it's an elusive thing, but I get it though. I get it because sometimes we could be so close to the picture that we don't even see it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you ask those questions than you going to reconstruct your body or just doing something crazy or taking some type of supplement that reverses your natural state of being just to, cheat and get to that way. But one of those ways I started for me was skincare because of my insecurities in middle school. I used to break out real bad, and I didn't have the greatest diet, but I was also young too, going through a bunch of hormones. But I started with skincare, and a lot of people get scared uh, when they hear skincare because so many people give these crazy routines, and you have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. And y'all heard me mention it all the time. What I use T. Hanley. It's very simple. I actually just got some new clay masks and they've been killing it. I don't know if y'all can see the skin, you know what I'm saying? I just woke up, you know what I'm saying? I had to get to work and do my thing, but the skin is always glowing and flowing, but T. Chandler is very simple. I even like the way it smells. Some skincare is good, but the smells are overbearing to me. Simple smells, simple skincare. The results are always there. They always innovating and trying new things, making it better. But anybody can get into it. If you click the link in my bio, you get 30% off, 40% off, 40% off. And if you become a member, you get that percentage off for life. More than that. Also, be serious? We getting interrupted by a train? Look, I'm gonna have to cut. This is rare. Shimon Davis cut. Cut. We're good now. That went on for a few minutes. But what I was saying though, the percentage, if you click the link in my bio, you get 40% off on your first box, and you get 20% off for life if you sign up. And you can get a free gift in between the exfoliating scrubber or the manicure set. But definitely check that out. But what I really want to highlight, and my philosophy on all of this, taking pride in yourself, all of that, start with skincare, something that simple. It promotes that extra effort. Promotes that extra effort. You're like, damn, I'm taking care of my skin. I might as well start going to the gym. I might as well start dressing a little better. But people will hear that and think it's some superficial thing, like, oh, now you're attaching your value to some sort of vanity or some sort of beauty. But it's not anything like that. That is a byproduct of this whole process. What happens is you develop a respect for yourself, a respect for yourself where you're not willing to fall under this level, and you create this level. To each is their own. But the way I see it is, I take pride in the way I look, even down to the small details, and I develop a style. Style is personal preference. So I'm affirming myself in everything I do. I'm taking care of myself. I love the way I look. I love the way I look when I'm not taking care of myself, but I'm not okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comfortable with being lesser. I take that pride in the way I look, the accessories that I wear, even the guitars that I pick out. All of it is about me, because I have to live with me, and I have to cultivate a certain respect that I can be okay with. Because when you look at a lot of people that don't take care of themselves, they don't respect themselves. Even down to your life, the people you choose to be around you. I'm at a place in my life where I can't go back to my ex. I can't go back to this. I can't go back to doing that, because it will be disrespectful to my journey. So when you develop that type of relationship with yourself, you're like, bro, I can't skip the gym 2 times, you know what I'm saying, 2 days back to back, because I'm disrespecting my journey. I can't neglect my skin because this is disrespectful to my journey. I can't neglect my mental, like, you see what I'm saying? All these things start to play off of each other. So in a world where they gonna make you think it's all about looks, when I tell you looks are important, they are important. Some people naturally have them, some people have to work for them, whatever. I'm gonna always keep it real with y'all. But in a world where looks don't truly matter, and people have lost the ability to put in effort, you will stand out. And if you don't believe me, something even more realer. Some people look great, and that's the only reason why certain people put up with them. Let me repeat that. Some people look great, and that is the only reason why some people put up with them. But when people get tired of running into walls with nothing behind them, none of that is going to matter. Will there still be a bunch of people that walk around that are superficial, that only care about looks, and they're willing to put up with hell and hot water because it looks good? There's still going to be people like that. But it's a lot of people out there getting tired of just the look. But if you can put in that effort and put yourself apart and have that energy about yourself, and then have some substance underneath, you know what I'm saying? At that point, you're going to be all right. So some things that I believe you could practice, just kind of giving y'all, I kind of gave y'all perspective, kind of gave y'all philosophy, some things that I think that will help you in this journey to being more attractive. For one, the way you talk to yourself matters. If you're constantly putting yourself down and putting your life down and everything is bad and nobody likes you, nobody's going to like you, because your words are powerful, and the energy that you put out, it's potent. First and foremost. Two, change your perspective. I'm in Portland, Oregon right now, staying with my uncle. And where I'm from, there's not too many people when I was growing up that was attracted to me that I wanted, right? And even once I got older, it was slim pickings. I always traveled to meet people that I was attracted to. But when I tell you, I come up here to Oregon, I've gotten so many compliments in a few days that I've been here. So many compliments, open. Older ladies and younger ladies, people of my age. Usually like around down south and around home, it's all the older ladies like, boy, if I was your age, or like, these young girls don't know what they missing out. No glaze. I'm so serious. If you're from the South, you already know what I'm talking about. Like you be like, damn, why the young girls don't be, you know what I'm saying, charismatic like the older ladies? Like, damn, like it's a whole thing. But when I come up here to Oregon, like I've received so many compliments from women my age and older, and I'm like, damn, man, hey, they look good up here. You know what I'm saying? So don't think automatically when you're not having success in dating or you're not attractive, you're not attracting the people that you want. Sometimes it has everything to do with location. You know what I'm saying? Because certain people like a certain type of food and you take that somewhere else and they don't want it. And then you bring it back home and everybody loves it. It's just one of those things. So um just weigh your options, man. That's where social media comes in too. Social media is toxic, but it also has another side to it. My best friend in this world today, I met through social media. You know what I'm saying? So I've only seen him once or twice in person. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean about using what's around you, using your resources, and not just falling into your circumstance. Like I said, changing the way you talk to yourself, changing your perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? Number three, and this kind of loops everything together, but just stop taking things personally. Stop taking things personally. Rejection, do not take it personal. Learn from it, personalize the lesson, but don't take it personal. Because there's people, if we wanted to be real and honest and brutal, let's say it's a bunch of tens walking around, and it's a bunch of twos walking around, it's a bunch of fives walking around. A lot of those tens are going to reject those twos because they are worried. Matter of fact, let's go even more brutal. A lot of those tens will reject those fives because they're afraid of what those twos have to say. You understand what I'm saying? You can make those tens feel so good, but they will reject you because they're afraid of what those twos have to say. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of those tens actually might be twos, but they put on enough cover for the males. They put on their bravado. They got the money. They got the status for the ladies. They got this. They got the, you know what I'm saying? And they'll put on all of that, and you'll think that they tens, and the whole times they be twos, and they'll reject you, but you take it personal, and you didn't put them up on this pedestal because you think they are that, right? On the other end of it, somebody can really like you, but they can be going through it, and just because you want to pursue a certain thing, or just because you want to talk to them, they may not be up for that because they got things going on within themselves, but that has nothing to do with you. So stop pointing at you and me and I'm bad and I'm not perfect. Stop looking at it like that. Can we always work on ourselves? Absolutely. But hey, life is life and you just gotta lock in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. Man, I love y'all. I also got some heat. I'm talking about some heat that I'm working on. It's 3 projects that I want to share with y'all. I can't say too much, but I will leave it's going to be called a type form. I'm going to leave that down below. Y'all click on that and it's going to have the information y'all need up under there where y'all can kind of get a little preview of what's going on. But that's like one of the projects. It kind of hints towards the second one, and the third one is completely different. But I am very excited to share that with y'all. But regardless, I'm about to go chase some waterfalls and enjoy some more time with my uncle. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And hey, we're going to do numbers. We're going to do numbers. So don't forget these messages, man. Don't forget these messages. Go out there, take care of yourself. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And let's ball.